Is my soundboard going to work? No, it's not. Oh, God, nothing's working. Y'all can hear me. There we go. What's up, what's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? I'm unmuting you guys, so be careful. It's your boy, MM2K, back again with SSC podcast number 85. We are here, and I'm just getting cussed out by the panel because I like go overboard. I'm trying to send out these notifications, so help me out. Do us a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells, you know what I'm saying? So you can let everybody know that we're live. So me and my 35 tabs, Pete, we ain't got to go through all this other stuff.
35, that's wild.
I know the troubles that I go to create content. Can't help it, man.
Bro, you have 2 monitors and you still have 35 tabs open.
No, I got 3 monitors and I still got.
You got 3 monitors and you still have 35. That's crazy.
You know why? Gosh. You know why? And just for all our content creators out here, which sucks. Freaking, what's the guy that owns not Apple, Facebook? What's his name? young whippersnapper.
Oh my gosh, I'm having a blank.
Yeah, I am too. You guys know that jerk.
Yeah.
He's the only one where you can't time messages, and I get it that they're trying to, deal with spam, but everybody, like Twitter and everybody else, deals with it appropriately, except for Facebook. You know what I mean? So, Zuckerberg.
Yes, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or if you swap the Z out for an F, that's probably more appropriate right now. But yeah, so I actually have all these groups that we're a part of at PNTS Network, and we want to send notifications out to let everybody know that we're live, because I always get, people tell me, oh man, I missed it. And I'm like, well, there's so many of you guys are in like 80 different groups out there on Facebook. You can just join the StadiaDosage group that's out there. Okay, we did that. If you just joined the StadiaDosage group, you wouldn't have to worry about this. But nonetheless, we work for the people. So because we got all those tabs open, it takes a while for me to get everything together. And Pete always yells at me like, dude, get it together. With that being said, enough with my babble. I am MM2K. We also have, and we're going to introduce the panel properly, we also got Peter Cottontail. And we have Ninja Guy X here for another episode of SSC Podcast number 85. All right.
Ooh.
Well, before we get into all that, let's just ask the panel how they're doing. We'll start with the seriously angry Peter Cottontail. No, he's in a good mood today. But Pete, how have you been since the last episode of SSC Podcast?
Actually in a fantastic mood.
Yes.
So I've been pretty good working stuff, finally like more or less settled into my new place, so that's really a nice feeling. And addicted to a recent game that came out, and I need to stop because I already want to sit there and play it again, which I'll talk about. So, but yeah, otherwise I've been doing great. I got a new desk. I actually have a proper setup. I'm very, very excited. Overall everything's been going pretty good though.
Fantastic. Last but certainly not least, our good friend Ninja Guy X. Ninja Guy, you're trying to take John Scar's title as the hardest working man in these Stadia streets. I see you out here, man. You got to stream like every 5 minutes these days. What's going on with you, brother? How you been since last episode?
Oh man, I can't take the credit. John is such an awesome streamer there. But I appreciate the kind words. It's very nice. So yeah, I've been busy, but last week I was on vacation and decided to take some vacation on streaming and everything at the same time. So awesome. I'm all freshened up now. It's nice. I got a new TV also last week. Haven't had a new TV in like 11 years, so it's the first time I've
felt really nice.
Yeah, it's the first time I experienced 4K. It's such an eye candy, HDR. Man. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
That's how I felt when I got my TV after I upgraded after like 6 years. Like I had that 4K HDR 10. I was like, ooh, I was like, this looks nice.
Yeah, and let me tell you, like I was hooked playing Doom. Doom looks so good on that TV,
Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
I know, right? And I've been playing, other than that, since March, I've been playing the pro games, excellent games, which we'll probably be talking later on the show.
Absolutely. Let's give a shout out to the chat, the people that are here already. We got Squid, the plant-eating squid in the house. Yo, he says, and check out Squid every Monday through Friday with the greatest variety show known to man. It's called Chill Times with Squid, man. Great show. Check it out every Monday through Friday. We got this guy, Ninja Guy X, in the house. He says, hey, we got Jason Lloyd in the house. Jason, I gotta keep remembering, guys, because the sound quality in the office is off. And I'm used to being able to sit back in my old house and without it being an echo, but there's an echo now. So someone got on me about that. We got Ron Slusher in the house. We got Windstar, the homie, a.k.a. Kid V. We got the homie the postmaster. He says it's Zuckerberg. Replace that Z with an F, and that's what you really get. And then also he says, I've been shorting myself on Stadia since I got my Switch OLED. Been on the Kirby demo today. Uh-oh, he's taking, the Switch is taking time. No, I get it, brother. No, I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 6 on my PC. I got a video on my main channel coming out, man. So look, we're gamers, dude. We're going to play wherever we can play. So that's what's up. We also we got somebody else jumping in here. Barclay on Stadia says, hi, y'all. Hey, Barclay, how you doing? With no further ado, let's talk about what we're going to get into the show, and then we're going to see what everybody's been playing for the week. On episode 85, we're going to talk about Wired P's or Wired Productions announcement and recent support of Stadia, the uptick in enthusiasm overall that we're seeing from a bunch of publishers and developers, and we're also going to take a look at the new and forthcoming titles on this episode. Plus, you never know where the wind will blow here on the show. A whole lot more is always bound to come in. But let's work in reverse. Oh, no. Before I get to what the panel's been playing, I'm going to turn it over to Ninja Guy X for a brief second, because Ninja Guy X is going to talk about the Winter Community Championships and give everybody just a quick, brief update of where we're at. So, Ninja Guy X, floor is yours.
For sure. The Winter Community Championships. So, before I start, I just want to let you guys know, if you go on pntsnetwork.com and click on feature and then go on the Winter Community Championship, you'll be able to get all the latest news on that. But just to give a small summary, all the 3 weeks of the competition is now completed, and we have a list of the 16 finalists, which will be competing on Saturday at, if I'm not mistaken, around 4 or 4:30 Eastern Time PM. So, but if you want to see the correct date, just go ahead on pntsnetwork.com and you can have a look. But overall, the 4 games for the finals has been announced. We'll be having Super Animal Royale as the first game, Dirt 5 as the second game, Cake Bash for the third game, and then Killer Queen Black as a 1v1 fight to the death, which is pretty cool. So we have the 16 finalists, but there might be some of them that are not going to participate. So stick around even if you're not in the top 16, because you might still be able to participate. So keep a lookout.
Wow, look at this. And what I got to do is, hold on, let me see if I can fix this a little bit and make it small. Oh, there we go. Now it's the appropriate sound for her. Hey, look, this is how out of the loop I've been, because I didn't even know this page was here. I probably shouldn't be admitting this live on air, but shout out to Ninja Guy. This is awesome. Okay, so you got your leaderboards and everything. Okay, come on over to pntsnetwork.com, y'all. I'm sorry, Ninja Guy. Did I cut you off? Do you have more to say?
No, but I'd just like to say also that the championship, the finals, will be live streamed by Original Penguin on his channel.
Awesome. Yeah,
if you ever want to see, the broadcast of the finalists.
Awesome. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, come on over to pntsnetwork.com. Check out all of this great leaderboard information, and the rules and stuff like that. And even though that we're in the finals and everybody that is eligible has already been selected and all that other stuff, take a look at this, because next time, we were talking about this off here, next time we're going to radio blast this stuff, because we're giving you cash to do something you're already doing, and that's playing Stadia games. If you didn't play Stadia games, your ass wouldn't be here, right? So come on, check this stuff out, understand how it works. It's not complicated, but understand how it works, so you can partake and be able to win cash prizes next time. So thank you very much for that, Ninja Guy X. But I wanted to make sure that everybody saw that, which they couldn't see it before, but now they can. Hold on, let me do this one more time because the soundboard is acting up. There it goes right there. Leaderboards, all this crazy stuff here. Come over to pntsnetwork.com, click on features, and then come to this tab that I didn't even know was there. Shout out to Jack Deslip.
Oh, yes. Great shout out.
Definitely.
All right, let's get back to the situation at hand. All right, so now I want to remind everybody real quick, too, about the content that we have here. Yes, I'm back doing regular content, and that content that I do is SLS featuring MM2K. We have a new show called Sound Off, where I just do my old man rants. I shake my fist at the window, and then we're going to let you guys sound off by letting you hop in the Discord or whatever. The thing about Sound Off, though, it's content that's specifically for our members. So if you're not a member, you can't partake. But guess what? It don't take that much to be a member. Just hit that join button below. A member at any level can partake in Sound Off. All right. So we do Sound Off once a week, and we do it right before we do SLS featuring MM2K. Then I shut the hell up, and then I make it an open mic for you guys. And SLS featuring MM2K will now remain for the public. We're not putting the VOD for the members anymore. We're not doing that. Sound Off is going to be our member content. And we're doing a giveaway on Saturday Checkup tomorrow. That is the show that we record on Fridays for our members, but goes live for the public on Saturdays. And the new co-host of that show is our good friend, Daryl Smock Jr. I think Daryl might be listening today. But he's not part of this panel anymore because of his work schedule, but he is now joining us on that show because he's off on Fridays. And we're going to do the 2, not 1, but 2 controller giveaway. We're giving away 2 controllers this month. All you gotta do is be a member. See, you get the perks. All right, so if you're not a member, hit that join button, and that'll qualify you for next month, because this month we've already tallied the people, and you had to be a member by the 25th. And also, last but certainly not least, the audio podcasts are back up. And panel, I want to let you know, I didn't even realize this because I, was dealing with my wife and we were in and out of the hospital and I was sick. I got COVID, then Blue Nile, then the flu, all like back to back to back or whatever hell. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at the numbers of our shows, and I think we did 4 shows together, 3 or 4 shows together, right? The numbers for those shows were bigger than half of the SSC podcast for half of 2021. It was amazing. So apparently they like us. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody to know, and thank you so much. I want to let everybody know that we're going to be on top of the audio part. They were listening to all the old, and these were old audio podcasts. So we're making sure that the audio podcasts are up to par. So this one will be available Saturday for your listening pleasure on audio, because we it takes some time to edit it and make sure the sound quality is good and all that other stuff. All right. So I want to put that out there. And don't forget, Plant Eating Squid, he's going to be live. He's going to be doing a community play likely tomorrow. Squid, confirm that for me in the chat. All right. With that said, I've babbled enough. I'm going to shut the hell up. I'm turning it over to the panel. We're going to start with the homie, Peter Cottontail. Let us know, Peter, what you've been playing all week.
Elden Ring. Elden Ring and Destiny 2.
He said Elden Ring,
Nice.
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Elden Ring and Destiny 2. I
Gotcha.
did claim the new pro games. I absolutely have to play those. But yeah, the first raid is coming out for Destiny 2. I got to get on that. Sorry. Yeah, mainly Elden Ring though. That is fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, if none of you have played it, please play. They even just put out a recent patch to fix some of the performance issues for PC and I think PS5. Dude, it's so good. You just get beat down so much, but I don't know what it is about Souls games. I played Dark Souls 3 6 times. Through 6 times, including the DLC, the Ring City, and the Painted City or Realm, something like that. I love their games. It just makes you learn, and then once you learn, you can do whatever. I got some cool spells. I've been posting plenty of screenshots. I'm in love with this game. I want to play right now. That's I quit for 30 minutes and I'm all right, I'm good, I'm back, I want to play again. That's how good it is for me. So I enjoy it.
Before we get to Ninja Guy X, we got a couple of things going on in the chat. First and foremost, a huge shout out to the homie Vet. He dropped the $10 and he says, yo, what's up, MM2K? Hope you're well, buddy. Appreciate that, Vet. Thank you very much. And also in the chat, we have my financial advisor. Yeah, Clive is my financial advisor. Clive, cut me a check. I need some money. No, my spiritual advisor, Clive Linden, he dropped in the chat. He said, see Stadia tweet about forthcoming Google Developer Games Summit. And Clive, I have it up on the screen I mean, I have it ready queued up. We're going to talk about this because this is like breaking news, y'all. So I got to get my fancy, let me see, breaking news. Let me type this in. Breaking news. Thanks to Clive and Linden, my financial/spiritual advisor, breaking news. Developer Summit. Jesus Christ. Like Stadia is like, they're on like, maybe I shouldn't say this, but for lack of a better term and for the fact that I'm psycho anyway, they're like on steroid overdrive with like 4 games. I mean, this is like uncommon for them. They're 4 games in like in a matter of 2 days that they talked about. And
they
now
more games next week.
Yeah, and then they said more games. Yeah, exactly. And then now they're saying, here, I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Here, you know how we do. Let me show you something. No, I don't want to show you that. Show you something else. Okay. You can see I had a lot of caffeine today. Ninja Guys, I swear we're gonna get to you, but I just want to put this up here and let everybody know what we're gonna be talking about shortly. It's a tweet from Stadia. It says, got any plans on March 15th? If you didn't already, you do now. Mark your calendars, Stadians. You're invited to join us at the 2022 Google for Game Developer Summit, where you can learn more about our plans for Stadia this year. Interesting, because we can get into this a little bit. I don't want to get into it right now because I'm going to let Ninja Guy X talk about what he gained. But I was told by somebody, I won't name any names, I was told somewhere that as a Stadian, I wouldn't get anything but white label information from this, right? But I digress. Okay, Ninja Guy X, let me stop being a troublemaker. Ninja Guy X, can you do us a huge favor? The second hardest working man in these Stadia streets, can you let us know what you've been playing this week?
Sure. Yeah, I mentioned a little bit, when you asked how we were doing, because I thought that was the part where we were talking about games.
I'm sorry.
But, so I finished Doom last week, which was pretty cool. But I'm dreading the day that I'm going to start Doom Eternal because I've heard that it's even harder. But oh my gosh, Doom was so hard. But yeah, this week I've been playing Dawn of the Monsters, which is awesome. I've been playing it local co-op via Parsec with a friend from Germany, which is pretty cool. It's very fun to play co-op. I wish there was online, but unfortunately we have to go with different ways to do that. But it's still doable, so it's nice. Other than that, I've been trying the other pro games. Race with Ryan was surprisingly fun. I didn't expect it to be this fun. I thought it was going to be like Blaze, that other racing game that we got, Blaze and I can't remember the whole name, but that type of game. But no, it was very well done, and I really liked it. And outside of Stadia, I've just been playing some small games. Like I play Mobile Legend when I do my exercise once in a while. Last night I couldn't sleep well, so I started playing Friday the 13th puzzle game or something like that on the phone, and it's just there's a little puzzle that you have to kill little people, and it's charming. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I haven't been playing too much. I haven't been playing like too much big games lately. I've been playing some Extraction a little bit, but other than that, I've been into smaller games, which is nice.
Yeah. Don't get into Elden Ring. You'll get sucked into that world. And then it's like, I'm going to dump hours. Dude, I dumped 16 hours into it, and I haven't beat the second or third bosses yet. I'm at both of them. I just can't beat them.
I still need to finish Dark Souls 3 before. I want to finish them in order. I want to finish Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro. And so I'm getting there before I start Elden Ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do something just for a quick second. It's just going to momentarily disrupt things. But you guys that are watching this VOD, you won't notice a thing. But just give me 5 seconds to hold. All right, we're live again. Sorry about that. Something with my soundboard because whoa. All right, you guys should be able to hear me now. Sorry about that. I was trying to get something to work. It ain't going to work. Jeez Louise. Anyway, so what I've been playing, I've been playing a lot of Madden again. Here's the thing that I want to say. Shout out to the homie Bippity Bop. And this is a funny story. And Bippity, I hope you appreciate this. I hope you're not mad at me for saying this. But one of the people that I always see that runs to the mic and says, "Hey, Twitterverse, Stadia must have got better because it looks better than me, better for me than it could ever be." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And I'll go to it and I'll be like, "Well, it's kind of the same for me." And Bippity does that like once every 2 weeks, right? So Bippity did it again. I'm in the hospital with my wife. She was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. And I had no access to any good Wi-Fi because the hospital that we stayed with, their Wi-Fi sucks. The 4G, because I have 5G connection, but the signal was so bad by this hospital, I can only get 4G. But the 4G connection was better than the Wi-Fi. So I have nothing but access to 4G in my phone. And I'm like, screw it. I said, let me just play some Stadia, even if it's choppy. Let me play. I'll just play PGA Tour, you know, something that's slow moving or whatever. Or, you know, play a turn-based RPG. And it was working so fine for me that I said, hell, let me try Madden. And I got to apologize to Bippity Bop. Something's going on, and I've noticed it even at home. And it's not just my LG TV. Something's going on with Stadia where there's some slight improvement or something has happened because I've never played anything on 4G and it run this well. Like, I would have never known that I wasn't on 4G. I would have swore that I was on Wi-Fi playing Madden, a fast-paced game. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, you're doing precision passing or whatever the crap may be and running. You got to run in certain gaps and stuff like that and with precision. You can't do that on some choppy 4G network normally. So I don't know what's going on with Stadia, but they're tweaking and hammering something behind the scenes, and it's hellified glorious. So shout out to Bippity Bop. My bad, brother. I will never doubt you again. But with that said, I think now what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is let me shout out a few more people that said, wait, MM2K is a troublemaker. Yeah, I don't know how I got that. I don't know how I got that title either. Mobile Legends, woo, says Windstar. Dustin Aran says Killer Puzzle. And Ninja Guy X says Windstar, I got some Franco questions for you. Uh-oh, you better hook up. All right, and Jink718 says Sekiro is tough but fun. Some great kills in it. All right. And shout out to Bippity Bop says Squid. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go now to our story. Our breaking story, by the way. Go here. Courtesy of my financial advisor / spiritual advisor. Breaking news. Developer Summit. I've already read the tweet. Let's talk about the March 15th Developer Summit. And I'm going to click, and this is our live reaction. So Ninja Guy X and Pete, can y'all see this now that I'm being a good host?
Yes.
Can you see my screen? Okay, great. So this is live. You're getting our reaction live. We haven't seen this up until right now. Click. And it says join Stadia at the Google for Games Developer Summit on March 15th. It says the global demand for games is booming. More games are being developed than at any other time in human history. And that's why gearing up for Google's next big event for the brilliant brainiacs making it all happen. Circle March 15th on your calendars and join us for Google's Game Developer Summit 2022. Featuring speakers from Stadia and all over Google, you'll have the opportunity to go deep in a series of technical presentations and learn more about our plans for Stadia this year. The online party kicks off with a keynote at 9 a.m. PT on March 15th, followed by over 20 developer sessions. For more, including the full agenda, jump over to g.co. Okay, I'm going to bookmark that. We're going to get to that. Here are 5 Stadia-specific sessions you won't want to miss. The Stadia keynote with Karen Yap again. Oh, man. Okay, Karen. Strategic Business Development Manager. Will share the latest on how we're improving the Stadia platform. Let me highlight that. The Stadia platform. White labeling. Let me say it for the people in the back. The Stadia platform for developers and publishers. The following session will be available on demand immediately following the keynote. Play testing made easy on Stadia, Ryan Bartley, product manager. Stadia's infrastructure and tooling allow you to instantly and securely test your gameplay no matter where you and your team work. This talk will take you step by step through new tooling and how to effectively utilize them to scale your internal and external playtesting efforts. How to write a Windows emulator for Linux from scratch. Marcin Undak, Senior Software Engineer. This talk will dish out a detailed overview of the technology behind Google's solution for running unmodified Windows games on Stadia. On Stadia. Remember, this is what Stadians should be paying attention to. This is a deep technical walkthrough of some of the core concepts with the goal of allowing curious programmers to better understand such technologies and potentially build their own. Stadia ventures in slower server code on Unity. Scott Wardle, Technical Solutions Engineer. Pull up a chair for a story about profiling debug, performance, job managers, and getting the burst compiler to work on a legacy Unity project called Stadia Adventure. Longtime CCC Plus engineer Scott Wardle finds an odd performance bug that inspires him to optimize Stadia Adventure server code. After getting stuck, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Profiling on Stadia. Pierrick Gimming, software engineer, Michael Intella, software engineer. The Stadia DevX team is developing its performance profiling solutions for both CPU and GPU. In this presentation, learn about the philosophy behind our CPU and system profiler and GPU analysis tool. There are plenty of other news and technical sessions from our colleagues all over Google, so make sure you don't miss a beat by checking out the full Google for Game Developer Summit 2022. All right, so I'm a troublemaker. All right, I am. I can't help it. I was picking up newspapers and other places. Ninja Guy X, we'll start with you. And I was told, keep playing Cyberpunk 2077. Keep your head down. Don't pay attention to this because this is all white labeling affair. Now, opposite of the keynote, which Karen Yap is coming back and doing the keynote, all this other stuff has already been here. But again, we were told that all this other stuff was solely white labeling. I can see where it's associated to white labeling as well, but being that we got this tweet from Stadia, and now we're having another keynote, just 7 months later after the last keynote about the Stadia platform, what does this say to you on the notion of don't expect anything retail, we're only going to get stuff white labeling? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm sure that you're going to bookmark this this website there, and like all the naysayers, you'll be able to direct them to this direct link, right? Like it's a new, I really love it. It's new. It's telling people that they're still in the game. It's, it's telling people that they're doing the Stadia platform and not, they're specifically mentioning it. So, very promising. And, I really like the effort that they've been doing on that since February, where I'd say since that, business thing,
Business Insider.
Business Insider document has been popping up. Since then, they've been at it like maybe not aggressively, but moderately aggressive. And they're really showing people that they're back in the game. They're back. They're not scared to tell people that Stadia is still up and running and for the long future. So it doesn't look like they're gonna stop. So I'm very happy to see that.
Awesome. What are your thoughts, Pete? It's all white labeling, right? Only 20% retail. So what do you think about? What does this say to that notion?
Like what they're doing now?
Yeah, like during the Jesus Christ, the developer summit was
okay. Yeah. So wait. Yeah. No.
No, I was going to say the developer summit was only supposed to be, by various sources, was only supposed to be a spotlight on the white labeling, right? And correct. I want to point out something that Clive says in the chat. He says, we knew about the Dev Summit, but what's new is it's a page specifically aimed at Stadians, at game players of the Stadia retail thing, right? So being that we've been hearing all this stuff about white labeling, like it's going to absorb Stadia retail and we're only going to get driblets and stuff. The fact that they're having another keynote less than a year prior from the last one, what does that say to you to the white labeling fear mongering that's going around?
Okay, I got you. So I don't believe so that Business Insider article, whatever, I don't think that was even deserved to be called an article. That was just something else entirely. It didn't state, and Clive knows this too. It didn't state anything new that we already weren't aware of. The only thing it really did was put a definitive answer on whether they missed their target or not, which was kind of expected anyway, assuming how limited the launch was, et cetera, et cetera. People were convinced that you had to have the kit, et cetera, which I think at the time you did. So that caused a lot of issues. But what they're doing now is really good, and it shows that they are still very much continuing with the platform, despite what media tries to say, that they're still all in. And even with the Business Insider article on the white labeling situation, and they talk about Google Stream, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but this is Jack Buser's department. I guess now this is where, remember when he had put out that departure post saying he was leaving the Stadia team, but he was going to that team, that they were designed to work in tandem with Stadia. And I've said this on Twitter repeatedly. I think that's what's happening now. Is now they're basically coming together because Stadia and Jack Brewster's department are made to work with each other and improve each other while working together. So overall, I think what they're doing now is really good. Sorry if I got kind of sidetracked.
No, that's all right, because it was I did a lot of babbling. I just was so excited because the first thing that came because here's why I did that. Here's specifically why I did that, and I didn't want to get you guys caught in the middle of my messiness, but there wasn't enough information to perceive that this was only going to be white labeling stuff. Should we expect more talk on the white labeling effort? Yes. And I would surmise that I hope so. Why? Because the white labeling effort is going to subsidize where Stadia is going now. Just like how Microsoft's or Xbox's white labeling effort, PlayFab, Havoc, whatever the case may be. I like to throw Minecraft in there because I consider that a platform, but that's just me. Their white labeling efforts help them get to a point, along with third-party sales, not first-party, third-party sales in a white labeling effort, help them get $10 billion in 1 year, where over the previous 2 gens from that time, they lost $10 billion. So hell yeah, I want to see more white labeling effort. But the theme that we're dealing with a lot, unfortunately, is that the white labeling effort is taking away from the retail effort. So let's just say I'm just going to throw out some odd numbers. Let's just say if there was 100 million allocated for the retail effort, that now white labeling is taking away 80 million from that 100 million. They're only left with 20. No, white labeling is getting a fusion of money, as it should. However, the retail effort is getting more money as well. And that's where I think the Business Insider and its tone and the things that it covered, it really fell short. And to what Pete was talking about just now, wasn't really a concrete pillar to lean on when it comes to looking at the future of Stadia. But that's why I put that out there, y'all, because we kind of knew all this, except for the exciting new part of it, guys, that there's going to be an actual keynote with Karen Yap introducing it again. So that's going to be great. And John Scar is going to cover it. We're going to all be around Ninja Guy X with our marshmallows and our s'mores. When we're watching John Scar, So this is great stuff. But I just want to caution to everybody, regardless of what side of the fence that you fall on this, let's vet what we're regurgitating, because now it seems like that this is beyond white labeling, right? So we don't have to. There's a famous saying that I say where I come from: you ain't got a lot to kick it, meaning you ain't got to plug in holes and with your own conjecture without the right information. Ask questions, get the information. If you don't have it, my 3 favorite words in life is I don't know. I believe though, but I don't know. You know what I mean? So, and it actually rhymes. So, you can go by that and not give the inclination that this was supposed to be a white label affair. And I'm glad to see Stadia jump out ahead of this and market this again to Stadians. To me, I mean, I would hope not. Yeah, I would hope that this ain't all about white labeling. You're going to market it to Stadians. But
right.
Then I can have the egg on my face. But I'm just saying, let's, for the sake of the accuracy of the information, let's not speak beyond what we know. Okay. Let's not fill it in with conjecture. But I'm glad to see that Karen Yap is coming back. This is going to be great stuff. And the last thing that this is just a link to the stuff that was already there. So definitely I signed up for it to get my notifications, because these, summits can be in like weird places to find. Thank goodness for people like John Score, but in case you wanted to check this stuff individually, it's best to sign up for it, to view the keynote and go ahead and sign up for it. So any closing thoughts on that before we move on?
Other than the thing that I'm most excited about is the emulation of Windows on Linux, because I think that might be bringing some people who thought that it took too much effort to port games to Stadia. So I'm just excited about that. Yeah.
To that point, Ninja Guy X, just one thing, and I'm not trying to be messy. I'm actually going to give this guy, this guy his flowers on this. Jez Gordon of Windows Central. I normally give Jez a hard time because Jez is also one of those contributors. Now, he's an op-ed writer for the most part, but then he does a show with a great person, great friend of mine, Randolph Thor. I love Rand. He was always a supporter of mine, even in my early podcasting days, and he came on a couple of podcasts, the man with a million, as they call him. Now that we're on totally different spectrums, with him still doing Xbox stuff and I'm doing Stadia, we may not agree on gaming philosophy, but I still got the utmost appreciation for his work. Him and Jazz do a show together. I think it's called the Xbox 2. And Jazz said something on there a while ago that I didn't know if it was for real, but now later, I know we all know it's for real. He said that one of the biggest complications that Stadia is going to run into right now is that at the beginning of a generation, people are trying to get acclimated to the new tech that's going to bring them the most money, which is the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5, right? And he said Stadia, unlike the other platforms, is its own standalone platform. So now you got to learn that. And he said, I've heard some grumblings, and I think that's going to cause some complications for some people building for Stadia early on. And Stadia themselves have admitted that. So to Ninja Guy X's point, which was very poignant that he said that is very important to see this this Windows simulation, how that's going to work, because if anything that makes the porting process a lot easier and faster is a benefit for all of us, white label and retail. Okay, so
100%.
All right, I've been babbling enough. I need to shut the hell up and let this panel talk. So I think we got a good amount of stuff going on. Let's move on to the next subject matter at hand. All right, let's see here. Let me go back to and thank you, Clive Linden, for that, man. I appreciate you, good brother. Thank you for that. Let's see. Topic number 1: wired P support. We're gonna talk about it, y'all. We are going to talk about it. What do I mean by that? Wired Productions, known for the controversial but famous game Martha is Dead. They've been on a tear. Like, I'm inclined in asking Wired P, hey, who are some of your social media and marketing people, like send some of them over to Stadia, you know what I'm saying, and help them get in the trenches, because man, they're putting the baby powder in the hand and they're slapping people all over social media with a lot of the silly stuff about Stadia, and I'm loving it. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me show you something else. So shout out to Jay Williams. He's a social media guru, as I like to say. I love Jay's tweets on Twitter. But Jay put out there, he says, don't listen to the naysayers and the haters. Listen to the devs and the publishers who are willing to invest time into the platform because they can see the potential and the future benefits. Stadia 100, Team Stadia. And here it goes. Wire Productions was responding. Now, this is crazy. This is another friend of mine on social media. All my friends on social media are getting backsmacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all. Chill out. Good friend of mine, his name is Darth. And Darth is a PC guy, right? Shout out to, I forgot her name. Oh, how did I forget her name? Jesus Christ. Jordan. She's a PC person. If you guys know Jordan, my homie, the Real Maslin, Cav, Glorious Cav, and all them, they're huge PC people. PMS Jordan, yes. They're great PC people. And I've had to talk to Darth before about Stadia, because he was like, oh, Stadia is going to fail and all this other stuff. And I was expecting it to do this and do that. And I had a conversation with him before. I said, stay out of the mainstream media. But he didn't listen to me, apparently, because YRP put out this great tweet about Stadia. Then he comes in wrong place at the wrong time. Technically speaking, Stadia works very well. Too bad it didn't catch on. And Wire Production said it is a massively growing community. It is a massively growing community and install base. I repeat, it is a massively growing community and install base. It is here to stay. I don't know about y'all. Let me show y'all my favorite one from YRP though. Yeah, now you had this dweeb that came in here and said, out to the same tweet, oops, guess you guys didn't get the memo. Google Stadia is dead, just saying. YRP said, nope.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna start with Pete. Pete, how important is it that YRP is helping spread the good word of the Stadia platform? How much of an impact do you think this has? That they're out here just going to bat for Stadia.
That's a great thing, in my opinion, because that shows that they are. When people say that devs don't care about Stadia, which I see a lot, by the way. But yet YRP is one of the many devs, and they're supporting Stadia, letting you know people that, yeah, it actually is growing, etc., and counting all of their crap. Mm-hmm. So I think, that it's a really good thing that devs are showing support for the platform, which means that it is growth. No matter how slow it might seem, growth is growth regardless.
Yep, absolutely. Ninja Guy X, what do you think? What do you think about YRP coming out here the way that they are for the platform?
Yeah, so, oh my gosh, like lately they're on the roll. It's crazy what they put out publicly, like mm-hmm. how they're defending Stadia, and it's just crazy to see devs like that. And I don't want to talk about it too much, just because topic 2 is kind of going towards that too, right? But mm-hmm. Let's not forget about Parato also, who is as equal as Wired into just praise the platform, right? Oh my gosh, they're just crazy at doing that. And Wired, I don't know why lately they've been doing a lot of support. I've seen you there, MM2K. They've been adding a new Stadia channel on their Discord, and they've been talking about how much they like. We asked them questions about Stadia, and they just tell us how passionate they are. And I sent you a message, an image in the message of Twitter. I don't know if you want to open it.
Cool.
Live, but yeah. I don't know if it's a good idea, but yeah. So
Okay, no, I'm just reading. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So I just did a quick joke. In their Discord, I mentioned, hey, are you going to release like all of the games, all of your games on Stadia? And they're like, it's not an official announcement, but this is what we plan in the long run, which is like, oh my gosh, like it's crazy. They really have like incredible plans towards Stadia, which is amazing. Like they're almost going the same route as Ubisoft, like where they just want to embrace the cloud as much as them. And it's a very exciting subject to me. I really like these people. Like honestly, like I'm going to talk about it more on topic 2, but I'm going to stop here and just this is awesome.
Yeah, I'm not going to show it because you know, I mean, no.
Oh, you're so mean. You're so mean. No, just kidding. Yeah.
I don't want to show it because I'm going to validate it, and I'll die on that hill if someone ever tries to doubt you for it. And I'm pretty sure the person that responded to you, they'll do that too. I mean, they're so, they're so great. They'll come out here and, Ninja Guy X was lying on SSC podcast, and then I'll let that person come out and say, oh no, they weren't, and put it out there. Damn, you know what I mean? I just don't. I want them to know that what they tell or the actual photo image of it will be confidential. But I'm looking at the message right now. He's 100% right. Holy cow. And Pete's in here like, yo, what the? Yeah. That's awesome.
You didn't see that.
So we're breaking that here. We got all types of breaking news here. Call your mama, call your grandmama. Let everybody know that we're live. We got all types of breaking news. So they just announced that, well, they didn't announce it. They didn't announce anything, but they've suggested that they have a plan to bring stuff to the lineup to Stadia. You know what I'm saying? So that is fantastic. And I think that's big.
Their long term.
Yeah, that's their long-term plan, is to bring all their, we're talking about Martha is Dead, the aforementioned Martha is Dead, and some of the other favorites as well. You know what I mean? So great stuff. I want to say, and then I want to say this real quick before we move on. I think what a lot of people aren't realizing is that maybe at launch, and there's a lot of signs of this, maybe at launch, Stadia bit off just a little bit more than they could chew. I'm not saying that they thought that they could compete with PlayStation and Xbox. There's no way. That's why when Jason Schreier put that out there, I was like, but Jason Schreier knew what he was doing. Business Insider, they're a little bit more aloof. See, when Jason Schreier made that suggestion that they wanted to battle PlayStation and Xbox, he didn't put numbers out there. But we know Jason Schreier had the numbers. Here's why he didn't put it out there. If you're trying to battle PlayStation and Xbox, the first year, your target can't be just 1 million. The first year, your target has to be at least 6 million monthly active users if you try to battle Xbox and PlayStation, because that's what they get at the tail end. It's anywhere between 6 million to 12 million those first 14 months. And this would have been by the end of 2020, Stadia only wanted 1 million. So there's a reason why Jason Schreier didn't put those numbers out there, because he knew that would have contradicted his case. I don't think Business Insider is that acclimated to what's happening in gaming, let alone business, but what's happening in gaming. So that's why they put those numbers out there. And I'm glad we got those numbers. I believe the legitimacy in those numbers, but I think that even 1 million may have been a stretch, because cloud gaming just isn't even not generally accepted yet. It's getting there. Like Yves said from Ubisoft, it's going to be 50% of the market, just not yet. And I think going into 2021, or at the tail end of 2020, Stadia realized that. And they said, we need to reboot a little bit, and we need to reel in our expectations. And that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? We're still getting great titles. Stadia Pro is getting better, and they're working to solidify partnerships. Or, do we want to see more AAA games? Yeah, and they're building to that point. But there's things that they got to shore up first, like the white labeling and their partnerships. And having a group, number one, having Ubisoft with the financials that they keep showing off as somebody, as a staple, you made the right decision. And I think at an independent level, having Wired P wanting to, back you up the same way, it seems like, I think Stadia gets it now. You know what I mean? But those are just my thoughts. All right, y'all. Let's move on. Let me see what else we got here. And I was gonna ask, I was gonna ask the panel, do we think Martha's Dead is coming? But it seems like it is.
The answer, yeah.
Got our answer.
It's not coming immediately, but
exactly.
it'll come.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Let's move on to the next subject matter at hand, which is, I already got it on the screen. So I ain't got to yell. Let me show you something. All right. So let's talk about it, y'all. More WiredP support. There's another Stadia blog. So there's 2 more games that were mentioned this week. Next up on Stadia, City of Legends and Deliver Us the Moon, arriving in April. Guys, like, what do you think about? Okay, so let me just talk about this other game first. City of Legends is another point-and-click game. It's pretty cool for those that are into those type of games. And Stadia did say that they will bring you different types of games. So this fits under that category as well. But again, WiredP bringing Deliver Us the Moon, which is critically acclaimed. What do you guys think about that? I'll start with Ninja Guy X this time.
Okay. Yeah. So people were speculating this morning, and they were talking about Deliver Us to the Moon, and I wasn't too familiar with it. I thought at first it was a game like I can't remember the name, so we'll just leave that away. But yeah, but man, look, I was looking at the review and it looked so fun. I love these kinds of games where you experience like a story, and you experience this world, and you're curious to know what's going to happen and stuff like that. So very exciting game. I'm probably going to buy it day one. It looks very promising. Yeah, that's about it. Exciting.
Yeah. Awesome. What do you think, Pete? Deliver Us the Moon. Are you familiar with this game, or have you had a chance to look at any of the play? I'm gonna put some of the footage up here right now for people to see. What do you think about this game coming to the platform?
I've only seen it like twice, and that's because when it first hit GFN, of course they like all went crazy saying it's an awesome game, blah blah blah. That's about the only time I saw that game. I didn't even know that it was by Wired Productions, let alone I'm ignorant. I'm sorry, WiredP. I just don't know you. So I only really knew that you did Falconeer. I didn't know that you did Martha's Dead, any of the other games at all. And I saw a picture of like a list of all of the games that another Stadia centric channel posted, and I was like, oh, holy crap, they make all those games. But I'm glad that they're bringing that game because it does look very interesting, and the fact that it's in space and you get to play an astronaut and talk to like an AI robot, and the trailer looks really good. And overall, I'm really excited. I'm just a big like space nerd too. Like, I wish I could go to space, dude. That'd be awesome.
So
like, I'd be really, really terrified, but like, I'd love to go, I think.
So Starfield, you're gonna be buying Starfield day one, huh?
More than like
how dare I bring it up on the Stadia podcast?
That's like the out of like percentage is probably like 90. I'm like sitting at like 90% right now. Like, dude, and funding, I think, is like they basically have all the funding to do like whatever.
Yep. I'm going to say this too, as we're talking about space games before we move on. My favorite space game is Dead Space.
Oh, interesting.
I miss Dead Space.
Yeah.
Good one.
And on the same, I'm going to say that because there is a portion where I want to talk about, like some of these older gems that could be polished up a little bit and brought to Stadia, kind of like what we see with the Switch. That's helping the Switch because what a lot of people don't realize. Well, let me say that for that portion because people think that the Switch's popularity is solely on its first party market. That's not true, and I got numbers to talk about to prove otherwise. But with that said, yeah, man, this is great stuff. Love to see it. And then that takes us to our topic number 2. Let me see what comments we got in here. Jeremy Moan says, almost wish you could share that screen nice. Now, Ninja Guy X isn't lying. He ain't lying. He's telling y'all the truth, Squid says the Moon game reminds me of Tacoma. Is that what you were thinking about, Ninja Guy X Tacoma?
No, no.
Okay.
I can look it up. I'll tell
Okay.
you in private. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Topic number 2, y'all. General Stadia support. Okay. Let me go back a little bit. General Stadia support. We've not only have we seen Wired P give some fantastic support, but I know Ninja Guy X talks to and not just Ninja Guy X, but Pete talks to people behind the scenes that are connected to these developers and a lot of these conversations. I know Ninja Guy X and I know John. You guys are talking to people, getting people on your fantastic weekly show, Stadia Connect North, Stadium
Close enough.
Connect North. I keep forgetting about that. And we've talked to people. And we've had them here. And through all the people that we've talked to, I mean, people were like, yeah, they weren't. It wasn't as bad as Business Insider made it seem before, but it was like, people were like, oh, okay, well, like, I'm willing to give it a try. They were like, yeah, whatever. Let me do this first, but now you're seeing not only publishers like Wired P go on the offensive. That's the word that I was looking for. Not only are they going on the offensive, but when you talk to other developers of some of these new upcoming good-looking games, and you say, hey, we would love to get you on Stadia, before where you might have got I'll get back to you about that. You're getting, oh, hell yeah, I would love to put that game on Stadia. Let me show you some examples. I ain't going to yell right now because my voice is starting to get hoarse. Let me show you something. Let me give you the light version. This is, shout out to Stadia Life. Those are my peoples over there. I love them. And they got a very popular tweet out there that says, I'm enjoying this positive energy of devs and publishers responding like this to negative Stadia energy. So this guy, this rocket scientist says, I'm not sure Out Now on Stadia actually counts as a release. And Thunderful Games says, it is. We checked. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh my God, I love it.
And then there's a whole thread with Thunderful. Is it this one? No. Thunderful Games is just talking about how they're elated, in so many words, working with Stadia. I'm going to start with Pete first. What do you think is behind these publishers and these devs going on the offensive for Stadia? I've never seen this since the release, them being so, adamant about the platform. What do you think is behind it, Pete?
I really don't even know what to say about that, besides maybe the most common answer is that Stadia is now actively pushing, and this is why I keep saying that expansion is imminent. Even if I don't exactly have concrete proof, I can get close enough because any company starts having its developers or publishers or whatever start spreading news about the platform itself and how good it actually is when they're about to go to someplace new, because word of mouth spreads the fastest. So I think that's what's happening is Stadia is slowly, people talk about they're not open, they're not out advertising because you don't see commercials anymore, etc. But I don't think that's Google's style anyway. So I think that's what they're doing is it's subliminal advertising. I guess when it clicks, you get it and you realize, oh, holy crap, they're actually doing advertising, even with the click to play advertising on YouTube. Same thing, they're advertising, but quietly. They're not making a big deal out of it.
Yeah, totally agree.
Overall, I think, I think that's what's happening. For sure, is that they're getting ready to push.
Look, everybody in the chat, You guys need to do this real quick. I know I'm going off. I'm so excited to be back. I can't stay focused today. But what y'all need to do is y'all in the chat need to give a round of applause to the homie Pete. His mic is vanglorious. I just realized I'm listening to him. It's nice and crisp and sharp. That new mic that you got, brother. You got a new mic, didn't you?
No, I didn't. It's still my headset mic. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, gosh,
I got a new camera.
Oh, okay. I thought that was one of the new things you got. Cause we were trying to rob Daryl Smock and steal his mic. I didn't know if you had got his.
I should. That reminds me, I do need to get a new mic, but no. I'm not really sure what I did.
No, that's pretty good. Sounds pretty good to me. No, but still give Pete a round of applause, man. Peter's having a good day. Come on, let's make his day.
I am having a great day. Today's a good day.
Ninja Guy X, what do you think? Because I got my own theory. I just want to see where you guys are at on this. What do you think is happening here where people are going to bat for Stadia like this?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know what? Like, even since I've been with Stadia, even from the beginning, like I've never heard any developers, having negative thoughts or,
same here.
Or yeah, exactly. Like, or being complaining and saying like, oh, it was such a mess working with them, or like anything like that. It's never been an issue. But I feel like this is just speculation. But maybe Stadia just mentioned to the devs and said like, guys, if you want to, you can say a good word on us. You're allowed, or or something like that. And that's why we're seeing so many devs coming out and saying, hey guys, like Stadia is actually working well. So. And yeah, like, I'm like you, we've interviewed so many devs and all they have to say is good things about the console, about developing it. Most of them didn't have any nightmares, coding for it. They said it was pretty simple doing the port. So just seeing those devs coming out like this is just amazing. Like you can get to talk to them, which makes games more attracting, like even if you weren't looking to buy this game, you see them talking to you and you're like, you know what, maybe I'm going to try this game and see if it's any good. And yeah, it's pretty much like that. Very, very exciting to see all these devs coming out. I've never seen that, on PlayStation. Like I've never seen I don't know, like a Japan studio talk to all of their customers saying, hey, PlayStation is awesome, so it's just cool seeing that on Stadia for sure.
Yeah. It is awesome. And there is an awesome comment in the chat. And Jeremy, I'm glad you brought this up. He says, well, some publishers and devs have complained in a negative way, thinking of the group who released Borderlands 3 and Outward.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know I haven't seen the Outward comments so much. Are they the ones that said that there were limitations because of the hardware or something like that? I can't remember.
Wait, MM.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Can I shout out real quick?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, shout out to Avery Bobo. He said $10. He said, no cap. I too was thinking brother sounded like he got a new mic, but that last was fun.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So shout out. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Avery Bobo, I was thinking the same thing. Hey, bro, he's lying. I don't know why he's lying to me. He's lying. He got a new mic.
Do you want me to take a picture of my desktop right now? I don't have a new mic. It's still my headset mic. Maybe when I turned on voice isolation or whatever on my phone, it just stuck on Discord. I don't know. That's all I can think of. But I did not get a new mic.
Hey.
Me and Mem2K are naysayers in Peter
yeah, we're
getting a new mic. He prove us with links and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pete is into some white labeling, and he don't want to tell us about it. He has a white label mic. He don't want to tell us about it. But yeah, no. Brother sounds crisp. No, this is to Jeremy's point. I don't know what Outward said. I'm gonna put it back up on the screen. But let me talk about Borderlands just super quick, because we're on good pace and we got to be done by 7 today. Randy Pitchford, who made that comment, his name should be Randy Footford, because every 5 minutes he's putting his foot in his mouth. He's been doing this for damn well decades now. He's not media savvy at all. right? And this is part of the reason why, along with some other stuff that we're not even going to get into here, why Randy, who made that comment, who is the founder of Gearbox, one of the co-founders of Gearbox, he's no longer works on the game side. He's now on the media side for Gearbox, like doing the movies, like with Kevin Hart and all them and all that stuff. So I don't know if you remember at not the Game Awards, but I think it was Gamescom, where he was, showing parts of the movie. He does that now. And that's not to say that he doesn't get any figures or any information about the games. Sure he does. But Randy's not known for accurately depicting something outside of his own conjecture for everybody. So it gets him in trouble. And then hence why he's moved. They for the best well-doing for Gearbox, they've moved him from the game side and they moved him to like the multimedia side. So it's hard to tell you not to put much stock into something a developer is saying, but I think we can make an exception here. And I think whatever he's talking about might be maybe Borderlands. Maybe his expectations on Borderlands on Stadia was it would sell 5 million copies or something. I don't know. And in his loopy world, that was his expectation, and it didn't happen, and he's upset. I don't know. But someone like Randy Pitchford getting that without any serious context or any information behind it, I would caution the public to just be careful with that. But I did catch that, Jeremy. And I know it ripped through the headlines and stuff like that. But just my experience with Randy Pitchford, this is the same guy that was accused of taking money and was sued. Taking money, a lot of money he was given for aliens, Colonel Marines. He took that money and used it for Borderlands 2 by many accounts. And got sued over it. I think he had to settle out of court for it. And then he denied it, but come to find out that the reason why Alien Colonel Marines was so bad is that the AI didn't work the way that it was supposed to, because he didn't have proper Q&A happening. Someone that was modding the game years later found one line of code that fixed the AI, and on PC now, people had started buying it all over again because the game was 1,000 times better. So that just showed the lack of effort that he put in the game that he got so much money for, among other things, and he's just not credible. Good. So somebody was saying something in the background.
Oh, I know. I was just like impressed by this thing that he did. It's crazy. Oh my god.
He's not a guy, from my experience. And I know this because Borderlands 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's on my top 10 list. Borderlands 3 is one of my favorite games of the last few years. And I
missed out that game.
I love the Gearbox Brothers in Arms games. And I'm telling my age here.
Oh, yes.
Those are some fantastic. I love those games.
I bought Road to Hill 30 like a few weeks ago.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, and it's on the Ubisoft store. If you have Ubisoft Plus on PC, you can download it. It's one of the games to download, and I'm planning on downloading it and playing it at some point. Like, that game was so great. Like me and my brother, I know I'm going off rails. We're gonna make good time. Just give me 30 seconds. Me and my brother, we were roommates at one point in time, and we had all this video games. It was crazy. We were like some big ass kids, right? And we would drink every Friday. Me and him make some drinks, and we drink every Friday. And we would do nothing but play music and play games. That's how nerdy we were. And when we got while people were playing Guitar Hero and the Jack Party games, me and my brother would invite people over to play the Gearbox. What was the name? I just had a brain fart. What's the? Oh
my gosh, Road to Hill 30. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Those are the games that we're calling people over for parties to play, and to see if people. And then we'd be so drunk and tore up, and we get caught, and we wouldn't shoot right, and all this other stuff. So I love those games. I love them.
Did you play them on Xbox or PlayStation?
I played them on Xbox.
Yeah, because
I played them on
it was
Xbox.
so much better on Xbox.
Oh yeah. Gearbox was one of
nostalgia
those.
is real.
We'll say that again, Pete.
The nostalgia is real.
Oh yeah. We got to talk in the back, MM2K. We got to
keep it moving. Yeah,
going, right?
I know.
But I mean,
gosh.
we'll have to talk someday and talk about games, right? So
we
much
have
fun.
to. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But
Let me join in. Dang.
Of course.
Thanks for the invite, man. I feel left out. I got FOMO and everything.
I know. But Pete, you got to download it. You have Ubisoft Plus, or did you get rid of it?
No, I got rid of it a long time ago.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I was gonna say if you still got, I recommend anybody get those. What's the name of the game? Oh my god,
What's and it goes on special so cheap on Steam, like all the time, like at $2 or something like that. So
Brothers in Arms. Yeah, but get the Brothers in Arms. There was one of them. There's 3 of them. One of them I didn't like so much, but they're so cheap right now. It doesn't matter. Get the Brothers in Arms series. All right. So yeah, Jeremy Milne, thank you so much for that comment. Great point. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there about it. Here, I want to show you guys something else. So here goes a game called Mortal Crux, and from the StadiaDosage Twitter account, we said another game that should be on the Stadia community's radar, planned for PC for the time being, but let's let the dev know and Stadia know we'd like to see this on the platform too. And here goes the game. It's called Mortal Crux, and this is from a solo developer. It's one guy that's making this damn game. Game looks great to me, and this is right up my alley. So this is the indie games that I like, and I would love to see this game come to Stadia. And the last game that I want to show you, there's really no game footage for me to show, unfortunately, but interesting graphic. This is Darwake. Shout out to the homie Mr. 1030, Ralph Haley. He's always out there on the Twitter space trying to find out who's going to port what to Stadia. It's a game called Darwake, and it's in Kickstarter right now. He asked the developer, would you bring it to Stadia? The developer said, we will evaluate, initially for Steam and GOG. And so then I chimed in, and they said, I told them the more the merrier, and then they started replying, talking about how, hey, look, we're launching on Kickstarter, but if you can tell us who to get in contact with, all this other stuff, man, so it's another game that could be coming. The last thing that I want to bring up is this. This is the Business Insider article, not the infamous one from 2022, but this is from 2020. It says Google's ambitious push into gaming is floundering, and it's due largely to few games on Stadia platform. Here's why developers have held back. And what the story tries to suggest is that first they were trying to say that Stadia didn't have enough games at launch, where you had no platform launch for 28 games. That was bullpucky. Then midway through the story, they suggested, well, no, we're not talking about the AAA games. We're talking about the indie games. Stadia did not make enough deals for indie games, but by the end of the year, their pro subscription service had 60 indie games just by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I want to ask the panel. We'll start with Ninja Guy X and then we'll go to Pete. Do these responses by people like Business Insider, do they jive with what we're seeing? And the responses that they're saying is Stadia's not getting indie games, or Stadia's on its last leg, or the developers are having a hard time just even dealing with the platform. Is this what you're seeing, Ninja? I know you've alluded to this a little bit, but if you could elaborate a little bit more, and then we'll pass it on to Pete.
Yeah, definitely. So, all I've seen from Stadia, I think, I had my doubt. Everybody had their doubt after the closing of a CNG. I think when I stopped getting my doubts was around October, and I've mentioned that before in the podcast. It's just they started adding a lot of new features to especially on the app on the phone and things like that. And I was like, no, they're not closing. They're spending money to improve these applications. They're definitely not doing anything bad. So that's when I started figuring out, they're still growing, and these article just doesn't make sense to me. One day, and I can't wait for that day. I can't wait for a switch that's gonna be flipped, and everybody gonna understand the place of where cloud gaming is or where it's going to be. It's going to happen. It's growing. It's there's a bomb building up to be to be blown, and so eventually these articles won't mean anything. This is just the data. I can't wait for it to happen. But
exactly.
The only thing that these article does is misinform the people who are not like hardcore looking into Stadia like we are, right?
Yep.
And that's the issue. That's what makes me mad whenever I see these things, and that's what the people from Stadia are trying to do. Whenever these article comes, they're trying to come out and try to spread to everyone that it's not true. It's not true, and people are just like, oh, fanboys and stuff. But we have to, because it's just we don't want those people that doesn't understand to think that Google is dying, and yeah.
No, that's total. I totally agree with that. Pete, what do you think about this? I mean, I think it's safe to say that you wouldn't agree with these sentiments, but why? Why do you think they keep trying this crap? They tried at the beginning of every year, only for at the end of the year for it to get smacked down. Why do they keep trying it?
Because they just want to say that they're right. That's it. I'll always say it's an ego thing, because it is. They just want to be right, and every time they think that they're right, they get proved wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like a dance you can do forever. It's like if you've ever seen Robot Chicken, and the title screen where your eyes are like, the chicken's eyes are like peeled open to watch all the screens. It's like that, but it's like watching a really ugly dance where the two dancers just keep falling over constantly, but you have to watch the entire thing anyway. And it's like mental torture. That's basically what I see all the time. It blows my mind that people keep doing that, regardless of who is, how many times they reaffirm.
Yep. Nah, I totally agree. And to add to that, to what both of you guys said, which I think is spot on, it's a lot of stubbornness. I love the torture motif. That's what it is, because we have to deal with this, y'all. Like, they tried to just to show you what I mean. These are the same people. Maybe not exactly, but I mean the same think tank, the same thought process. These are the same people who told you that the Switch wouldn't be successful. If y'all remember that when the Switch first came out, this is stupid. These Joy-Cons are too little. This plastic looks like it's a plastic fork. It's big. It's cheap. They were saying everything that they could because the Wii U wasn't really a big success. So with Nintendo still not compete, they was like, well, hold on. Maybe Nintendo learned this lesson and maybe they'll start competing. Maybe we'll get a GameCube too. Maybe they'll compete with Xbox and PlayStation again. And when Nintendo didn't do that and they made this hybrid, oh, this is so stupid. What's the point of this? This doesn't have the graphics that we're getting. Out of the box, it's not bucking PlayStation and Xbox. Go back to the early reportings of the Switch where everybody was doubting it. And then by year end, when Breath of the Wild and those games were filling up the NPD and they were selling more games than games on the PlayStation or Xbox, just in that first year alone, everybody changed their tune. So to Pete's point, and to Ninja Guy X's point, we're going to hear this for a while. This is not going away, because until cloud gaming can compete with dedicated device gaming, which it isn't meant to do yet, it's in the building years, they're going to keep casting this out. That's why these stupid articles are out here talking about Stadia's deprioritized. They can't say it's dead, but they can say it's deprioritized. They still leave a negative connotation on it. So that's my whoop to do on why I think it's happening. Nonetheless, it's all riddled in falsehood, and I'm glad to see these publishers and these devs look excited to work on the platform. All right, y'all. I think we're making great time. We're going to get to the last part here, and the last part is even mo games. Here, let me just show these last final picks right here, and then we can just talk about them on the back end. First and foremost, we got next up on Stadia, Indie Open World Adventures, Calico and Lake coming soon. And these are two indie games that they're described as We love open world games, which gives players the opportunity to explore at their own pace and choose the type of adventure they want to have. Some good news: 2 indie open world adventures from the team at Whitethorn Games are coming soon to the Stadia store. All right, and that's Calico and Lake. We also got here, we talked about this earlier, where in today's blog, is that it? No, that's not today's blog. No, that's not today's blog either. Where is today's blog? Okay, I don't have it. But in today's blog, they said this morning Stadia announced 2 games arriving in April 2022 on the store: Deliver Us the Moon and City of Legends, The Curse of Crimson Shadow. The 4 games revealed this week in total, following Monday's announcement of Calico and Lake and Whitehorn Games. Expect more games next week too. Jesus. And then lastly, shout out to Sunny Cloud Gaming. This is an old post. This isn't a new one before people get too excited and look at the art design like, oh my God. World War Z Aftermath and Fire Commander. I know World War Z was. I'm not sure if Fire Commander was slated for winter, but World War Z was slated for winter. And shout out to Sunny Cloud Games for reminding us that World War Z Aftermath, look how good that looks, should be on its way soon. So that could be the extra game next week that we see.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, I turned it to our panel. I think we'll start with Pete first this time, and then we'll go to Ninja Guy X. What are your thoughts on the indie games, on the new indie games that are coming? What do you think about them, Pete?
Okay, first, I don't really know what to say about Lake, to be honest with you. I just haven't watched anything on it.
Yep.
I did see Calico, and I'm not even a cat person. My roommate has 2 cats. I'm like, I'll play with them. They're kind of just like whatever to me. I don't care. They're just around. Like I like pets regardless. Calico looks like an extremely cute game. The fact that you can like roll around on a ball with the cat and stuff that you were doing in the trailer, I was like, I don't want to do that. I was like, that looks like a very adorable game to just sit there and play for a little while.
Yep. Now on top of Lake and that, we have the games that here it goes. That's why I couldn't find it. And then we have, of course, Moon, Deliver Us to the Moon, in the City Legends of the Cursed Crimson Shadow. I mean, just real quick, if you had to grade all of these, what grade would you give these as indie games? Again, whether they're your stick or not, what do you think as far as what grade would you give it as far as adding diversity to the platform?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, I was just saying, as far as giving or adding diversity to the platform, what grade would you give all 4 of the indie games, again, which is Deliver Us the Moon, Lake, Calico, and what was the other game? The Crimson game. What would you give all 4 of those?
Like as an overall score, or out of 10, 7 out of 10.
Okay, sounds good. Yep. Ninja Guy X, what did you think about these indie games, and what score would you give all 4 of them that were announced this week all together as adding diversity to the platform?
Yeah, so I'm gonna sound. I have no shame in what I'm gonna say. So when I saw Calico, I was very excited. I was very excited because me and my spouse, we go to the cat cafe pretty often, and it's 1 hour and a half away from where I live. So we really like cats. Okay. Yeah, and I'm actually petting my cat right now. Like while we do the stream, I really like cats. So Calico, I'm very excited, and also Lake. When I saw that trailer, the first thing it reminded me of is the Hallmark movies on the W Network, and it makes me excited too. Like it's just the kind of movies that I like watching with my spouse again. The Wedding Veil trilogy was awesome, by the way. Like that happened during the February. But anyway, yeah, no, very exciting. World War Z, of course, is a good one. And there's also so many other games coming out. There's Lumode coming out this month. Mad Street. I'm looking at the wiki right now on the Reddit.
Can you drop that link to me too? I want to see that wiki. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. Let me give that to you.
And then while you're doing that, I want to give a quick shout out, real quick, to KBJ. He just became a member. KBJ, thank you so much.
Ah, nice.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Right, yeah, very supportive.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, KBJ is very supportive on my channel too. So thank you for that. No, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to give a shameless plug that I am now part of doing the wiki. So I'm helping out with the wiki, which is nice. It's always up to date now. So glad I can help out with that. No, but other than that, yeah, lots of game. Very exciting. I think we have 17 games that we know that we're getting in 2022 so far. And but for the indie games, I think I'd go with Pete, and 7 out of 10 would make sense. I'm always be careful, indie games, you never know, they could be a hit or miss. So I'll probably be giving it maybe a better score after trying them, but 7 out of 10 makes sense to me. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, this is awesome.
You like that list, don't you?
Yeah. You and Inled are doing this, right?
Exactly. And original Penguin Adam is helping out.
Okay.
Also.
Awesome. So we're looking at the anticipated games. And let's see here.
I want Lumo, bro.
Oh man,
yeah,
I really want it to.
Yeah. I just like pretty colors. Like my keyboard is just all random pretty colors. I don't know. Maybe I just have something wrong with me. I don't know. But like pretty colors are just like the coolest thing ever to me. And Lumo is full of them. Oh, Battle Billiards is coming. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Tomorrow we got Ryan's Rescue Squad supposedly coming out
that's
tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Mad Streets, Oddballers,
Resident Evil.
Yeah, I would love to see Resident Evil Reverse.
I can't wait.
Yep, I forgot about Threada. And these are the other games down here that we were looking for. But I really, what is this, Mafia 2? Yep. We're gonna look further into those at some point in time. But
these like Chronic Blunt Punch come.
Chronic, see, I've never heard of that game.
You've never heard of You've never heard of Jay and Silent Bob?
No. Oh yeah.
I know
okay,
Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah. But I've never heard of their game. They got a game.
It's them. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So
can't wait.
I can't wait. It seems so inappropriate, but I can't wait.
Fragments, Jay and Silent. Okay. Mafia 2, She Dreams Elsewhere, Soul Passage game. Tom Clancy's X Defiant. Oh yeah. Yep, and then there's other games that were suggested as well. Great stuff. This is an excellent resource, and I love this. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for putting this together. I'm gonna copy off all of y'all. No, great minds think alike. That's all what it is. I give it a 7 out of 10 as far as adding theversity. It's good to see those. I gotta factor in that there's some good action games too, y'all. Action indie games too, y'all. Like Stadia. I would love to see Remnant from the Ashes, which is a fantastic indie game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know I think I got that for free on Epic and I just never installed and played it.
Oh yeah, we got it for free. Yeah.
Don't let my son. Don't let my 14 soon to be. No, he's going to be 16 this year. Jeez, I'm a horrible father. My 15 soon to be 16-year-old son here, nerd here. That game has been described now, and I know they call everything hard Souls-like, but that game is tough, and it is. You can tell the Souls type of inspiration in there in the game, because not only are your normal battles tough, even though you're shooting stuff, but your boss battles are like super tough and serious as well. So it was
Don't tell me hard until you played Elden Ring.
I know, yeah, and I won't. I won't. I'm too old. I'm too old. I would have soiled my pantaloons.
This is a hill. This is a hill you don't want to die on, MM.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's such a good game.
My son, and let me tell you, this game, it took me, and my friends a few weeks. This is how hard it is. It took us like 3 weeks to get halfway through Remnant from the Ashes. My son beat the game in one night.
Oh, oh my gosh!
No way, nuts. Did he really?
He's psycho. Yeah, he beat the game in one night by himself. That's what's even crazier, because if you play this game by yourself, you're going to be frustrated. It's the way, unless they could have changed it because the game is like a couple years old now. But at launch, you are trash by yourself. I don't care what you got on with you, because they don't regulate the enemies to how many players there are. You could play with up to 3 people at one time.
It's co-op. Cool.
Yeah, that's the other great thing about it. It's co-op, but the same amount of enemies that would be there when there's 3 people are the same amount of enemies that are going to be there if there's 1 person. And with 3 people, it was hard. Like, we would just give up. That's why it took us 3 weeks to get halfway through it, because we would get to parts to where we just couldn't beat it. We just give up on it. But like, we'll come back to this in like 3 days or something like this. He beat the damn game, but that's my son. He's psycho. He's nuts. But Stadia, this is a games like this, indie games like this, which they're kind of like in their sunset period, to where, they've already gone through their echelon. Bring these games, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the game, like Deliver Us the Moon. Those are great games. That's a great game and all other stuff. Add to that games like Remnant from the Ashes. You got Chronos Before the Ashes. Bring the sequel. You got the prequel. Bring the sequel. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, this is following the same game. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
is it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
They look so different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is, and it kind of is, but then it isn't. Like, you can see the inspiration. Like, Chronos Before the Ashes is more like it's more Soulsy and like an RPG type of thing, where From the Ashes is a mix of like somewhat of a Souls type game mixed with a little bit of Outriders. You know what I mean? It was Outriders before Outriders. I'm going to say that, without all the bugs. Without all the bugs and the glitches. It was Outriders. Just imagine a tough as hell Outriders. And I know we already got Outriders, but this game is way more expansive, and it's a better co-op game too. So definitely this game will be successful on the platform. So get games like that. It doesn't hurt to have an action game. Like, I get it. There's a lot of different games, but it doesn't hurt to have an indie action game in the foray as well. But I'm with you guys. I give it a 7 out of 10. So,
yeah.
Yep. All right. With that said, last question, and anybody can take this. Do you expect we'll see World War Z before the end of March?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, according to the news, we should. So I'm believing in it, and we'll see.
I say by mid-March. I'm gonna call it now, March 15th.
I'm gonna call it end of March, and I know a lot of people is excited for it. So
yeah, that's gonna be the next game that I get on. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
Yeah. Jeremy Moan says thank you for the upcoming Stadia Games Wiki. Updating. I can really type RGB. Looking forward to Thread, says Dusty Iran. What else we got? Yeah, that's it. Okay, guys, this is the best time we've ever made on the podcast. So that's it for SSC number 85. I thank all of you all for coming. All of you all. I thank you all for coming and joining us, man. And thank you so much for hitting up the super chat the way that you did and joining. This is great stuff. With that said, we're going to close it out and let the panel tell you where they can be found. We'll start with you, Pete. Where can the good people find you at?
Same place, man. I'm like a hermit. I don't move. Not really. usually, Twitter at foremost_GG. That's mainly where I'm at. But yeah, you guys can follow me there. I talk about whatever. If you gotta mute me, just mute me, I guess. It's my personal account. I don't have a brand or like anything, so I just tweet about
Just
whatever.
let it fly. Yep.
I just let it fly. Sometimes I can get very vulgar, so fair warning. But yeah, that's about it.
Oh, awesome stuff. Ninja Guy X, let people know
Yes.
about all the damn streams, all that good stuff, man. And where can people find you at, good brother?
I'm gonna give you a handful, but I have like, so much stuff. I'm just gonna mention a few. So you guys can follow me at Ninja Guy Space X on YouTube. So lately I've been doing a lot of co-op streams with my friend Bump from Germany in the morning.
Yes.
But I'm starting a new segment, and tonight actually it's starting up. It's going to be on Monday nights, but the first one is going to be tonight. I'm going to do another co-op stream with my friend Joseph, and it's a good friend of mine. We've been friends for a while. And it's going to be just full on laughter of, we're going to play Human Fall Flat. And so if you guys want to have a fun time, come join us right after this show. It's going to be fun. And then tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, we've got Stadium Connect North, where we'll be showing some community news, some official news, and, open the chat and, all this fun stuff. We're probably going to talk exactly the same thing as what MM2K talked about today, but it's not about that. It's just about having fun and talking to the people. And that's about what I want to talk about of what I do. All around. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Awesome. All right, and you guys can find me here along with these great guys either on the show. I'm doing an SDO Daily. I'm doing Sound Off. Just check out. We got a barrage of content coming. Jack is killing it on the mother site, pntsnetwork.com, doing a fantastic job. Check out Squid as well. And this isn't it, people. This isn't it. Shout out to the good brother Daryl Smock, who, again, because of his schedule, has to not really be on this show as much as he wants to, but he'll be co-hosting Saturday Checkup with me. We're going to air it live tomorrow. We're going to record it live tomorrow with our members, and we're going to also pick the 2 members that win joysticks, for crying out loud. And then we're going to air that live. We're going to air that as a premiere on Saturday. And check out Squid again. Chill Times with Squid, the greatest variety show out there. Check him out Monday through Friday around 9, usually around 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can check me on MM2K videos. I was just checking something real quick. I want to see this. I got a killer Far Cry 6 video on PC if you guys want to see it. I got a couple of them. And it takes a long time for them to render because they're super high quality. Let me see if this one's ready yet. I'm going to hurry up. Is this one ready yet? No, damn it. It's close to getting ready yet. It's almost ready. But give it another day or two. It takes a full. They're so I record them at crazy bit rate, so it takes about a week and a half for them to render. But you can check out my other. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm extreme. Wow. Extreme is here. Go to Far Cry. Go to MM2K videos. Shout out to the homie Purple Haze 614. Thank you for becoming a member for 2 months. Says good show. And yes, I saw you on with Cowboy. Purple Haze, I'm offended. Don't let Cowboy know. I'm offended that you had the discussion with Cowboy before you had the discussion with me. No, that was my fault. I was off here. But we're definitely still going to have that talk. And thank you so much. Purple Haze, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern for the recording of Saturday Checkup. Hopefully you'll be there. You have access. All right, I'm babbling enough. We got to let Ninja Guy X get ready for his next stream. With that said, I thank and love all of y'all.